Hey everybody, I'm John Rourke, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Home and Garden Magazine, and this Saturday, March 1st, we're doing something that we've never done before. It's our first sunset tour. Now, you've been to our home tours, you've been to our garden tours. This is a different experience. It's a design and culinary celebration. So it's only 3 houses, 3 extraordinary houses. Each one will have a chef at it and creating something delicious paired with wine and or spirits. So it's going to be really a different experience, and we hope you can be there. Right now we're at one of the 3 houses, and we are with interior designer Anita Lang. This is your creation, so tell us about this house.
Thank you, John, and thank you so much for having us be part of the tour. This home is very special. One of my favorite clients, and really had a vision to do a curated jewelry box.
Okay.
So if you think about that, it's not just any old pieces that are filling this space, but everything has been very thoughtful. The design philosophy is that it would be very eclectic from different periods and styles against this very traditional background of a home. And so I had so much fun because I had lived vicariously, and this client owned some of my own very favorite pieces. For example, I always wanted, these are very special lamps. They're from Charles of Paris. And they are just amazing 1970s, 1960 pieces that I found a home for. So I come and visit them every once in a while, along with just all kinds of incredible pieces like this Baxter piece. That's the contemporary part of the Italian brand. That's just exquisite craftsmanship and just art after art.
Yes, every single room has incredibly beautiful and important art pieces.
It really does, and everything has a story behind it and is meaningful. Again, one of my favorite pieces is the Sunset Collection from Warhol.
Yes.
And that is, there's one of those here in the house, which I love.
Yes.
There's a Frank Stella piece from the Jonah series that is also in the home. And then a lot of local artists as well. So, and craftsmanship from all the vendors that we use, and wonderful, talented artisans you will also see in this home.
So if you were to describe the overall aesthetic of this house, you mentioned that it's a jewel box, kind of on a grander scale, but what's, how would you describe the aesthetic?
So, you know, we started with the traditional background of this home and kept all those kind of fixed elements traditional. So you'll see Carrara marble, which is more common right now in the kitchen, with more traditional cabinetry. But then on top of that is where it gets interesting. So we layered some really amazing contemporary Mexican artists in there. In fact, that's, if you hear noise in the background, they're installing that right now for the show.
Right.
So you get a very interesting layered effect with the home. So I like to call it my curated jewelry box.
Okay, and what's it, do you know roughly the square footage?
It's, I think, around 8,500 square feet. And then the special thing that just got added on is a golf simulator room, which is the room of all rooms for like a fun guys experience, because there's a golf simulator in there, there's a billiards table, a bar, large TVs, all the things that guys would want to go hang out. And that turned out really wonderfully because, again, we started with that concept that we would have a more traditional Mediterranean background to the house.
Right.
But then on top of that, the elements, I wanted it to relate to the Sonoran Desert.
Okay.
So we have these beautiful banquettes that are built in with kind of a saddle leather with channel quilting on it, and a coma pottery, and some really great modern Native American artists in there as well.
And talk about those tiles that are in the backsplash, which are the coolest thing that I've ever seen.
They really are, aren't they? I love them too. So these are made in Mexico, in Oaxaca, and they're made with black clay, and then they're made with agave spikes in them. So they're just really fabulous and textured, and that's the background of the bar area, as well as we have some nods to that in the powder room in that space.
So cool.
Thank
and then
you.
Also, if I recall correctly, Mark Candelaria was the architect for that addition.
That's
correct?
exactly right. So when my client was looking for somebody to help with that, and knowing the aesthetics of this house, I mean, I knew Mark would be the perfect fit, and he and his team did a fabulous job.
Yes, and one of the other 3 houses on the tour is a Candelaria home.
Yes.
So he's well represented
at
this event. He is. So once again, the Sunset Tour this Saturday, March 1st from 5 to 8 p.m. Tickets are limited on this tour because it's much more of a smaller event, and I forgot to mention that we're having shuttle buses take attendees from home to home, so you don't even need to worry about driving. It's going to be a very interesting and beautiful evening. Tickets are still available. Go to phgmag.com, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks, Anita.
Thank you so much, John.